Alright, I got a couple little videos to do here this morning. This one's going to be a little shorter than the next one. Two events currently suggest a possible shortage of physical silver in Shanghai. The first, premiums for spot silver on the exchange have been rising significantly, the Shanghai exchange, rising significantly since March 17. From the weekly Chinese Shanghai exchange reports, we can see that the Shanghai silver prices have reached a premium to international prices of 4% as of April 30th. If you compare the LBMA silver fix with the Shanghai exchange closing price for silver on May 9th, the premium on silver in Shanghai has reached actually 5.3%. Here's another thing. Everyone in the precious metals community is scratching their heads over the recent behavior of price of silver. At the end of the day, the severely depressed price level can only be attributed to the extreme degree of manipulation and price containment activities of the Federal Reserve and U.S. Treasury's Exchange Stabilization Fund team and the banker cabal, which is officed in the same building as the New York Fed. Besides containing the upward price movement of gold and silver in order to support its effort to prop up the dying US dollar, the question is, why is silver being hammered like this with COMEX futures? Ultimately, I believe a severe shortage of unencumbered physical bars for delivery into India and Asia has developed. More on this in the next few days. In the meantime, you can see from my 20-year graph of silver that silver is by far more oversold than any other time in the last 20 years. And here's a little chart, and they're circled both of these. You can see the upward movement and then the downward movement. This is the oversold part with those two little circles. This whole graph is 20 years, by the way. And as you can see, there's literally no real activity until the last few years. And then here's another interesting thing to top this off. Canadian silver production declined significantly in the first 2 months of 2014 compared to last year. The huge drop-off in production was due to the closure of 2 base metal mines and 1 primary silver mine in 2013. Canada has lost 2/3 of its silver production in just 12 years. While Canada isn't a large global silver producer, it's still a large percentage decline nonetheless. As the Royal Canadian Mint continues to ramp up sales of its silver maples, like we are ramping up sales of our silver eagles here in America, the country will have to import more silver to make up for the shortfall in domestic production. So this is just something, this is again what I call fundamentals and proof that just because the price says one thing, it's manipulated. Reality says another thing. And if you just look at the price, you may say, well, I don't want to get involved in that price of silver. If you look at the true reality of what's happening and see what's happening, not even behind the scenes, because you can see it, you'll recognize that you need to get some silver while the prices are cheap, and one day you're going to thank these guys for manipulating the price down for so long, because it's going to skyrocket up. Take care.